Welcome to Laugh, Cry, or Die. This is a comedy disability podcast hosted by me, Steve Wilbury. And with me, as always, is my co host, Naomi Strain.
Hello.
One of the things about being in the hospital isn't the tests or the operations or the food, is the visitors. I'm grateful people come, but a lot of people shouldn't bother. No one ever knows what to say. There are three types of visitors. Have a listen and see which one you think you are. One, the dramatically concerned. This is the person who already has a look of sympathy before they've even walked into the room, as though they've been practicing it before they arrived. You can imagine them asking people like, does this look okay? Do I look sad enough? What if I tilted my head a bit to the side and then lowered my face? Then they walk in and go, I'm so sorry. How are you? And they never smile, but they have this pained expression as though they are desperate to use your toilet. Two, the avoider. This is the person who will talk about anything else except for the fact that you are in hospital. They look around the room and avoid making eye contact as much as possible, and they want to be there even less than you do. And three, the joker. This is the person who thinks they'll make everything better by trying to be funny. Everything's a joke. They'll play with the bed, say inappropriate things, touch your bum, and they brought you something so useless, like a trumpet or a fishing rod, and they're just basically a twat.
If I had to put myself into one of the three camps, I would probably be in the annoying third one because I think hospitals make me be a bit like a child and I do want to play with all the stuff. All three are wrong. None of them work.
Because all three are not doing it correctly, you fucking mugs.
What is the best way to be, do you think, when you see somebody in hospital?
You just say, like, that really sucks. I don't know what to say, but I'm here for you.
Yeah. Because I know, what helps me is a bit of a chat about why you're in there. Like, don't avoid the thing. Not overreacting to the thing, but giving some sympathy. So if somebody's broken, oh, that really sucks. I feel really bad for you. Here's some practical things we can do to make life easier. And now stop talking about that because it's boring and let's talk about me. That's probably how I would.
I think it's that thing of like being real as well, and not. It's the thing that I hate the most is the performative sympathy. It's like this is what I think I'm supposed to be doing. So I've brought you a card because this is the done thing. It is a card, and I've written a sympathetic message. That is what we do, but there's no actual care or consider. Are they just possibly it's because they don't know how? Like we were saying before, like people don't learn empathy very well, and. Like I did it. I remember I was doing stand up once and I was like, who else in here has had, big surgery? Not a one. And I forget how rare, these kinds of things are.
Yeah, because people will have like one incident or maybe no incidents in their life. Yeah, we know if I go to see somebody in hospital, I know the things that work are coffee, if they're allowed it. Taking someone a coffee is probably, like, personally, because I'm a coffee slut, that immediately their visit is good. Because on my big long hospital stay, I was very out of it a lot of the time because I was, psychotic. And I remember one friend visiting and I was in a bad headspace when she turned up. And I couldn't see properly at this point, but I remember crying so much. And she sat at the side of the bed, and she had her two kids with her, and they'd bought me balloons, which I'm phobic about. And so that really didn't help my psychosis. And I was trying my hardest to keep on top of things so I didn't freak the kids out. But I was mental at that point. And I remember trying to make jokes about I don't like balloons, but because I was having like double, triple vision, it looked like they'd bought me a lot more than they actually had. So yay, that's awesome. And it's like they tried to do the nice thing of visiting, and I just couldn't get my shit together enough. Yet the people who visited that really worked, they just came into the room and pottered around and got me, a drink of water and sat. And I know Stacey sat there and I think she bought her like knitting or something. And just having someone with me, that was nice. That was useful. And it was like just a normal visit, not a hospital visit. They were just, like they'd come to visit my house.
I think that's the thing is that it's like you said, it's people come in for a hospital visit and their expectations around what you're supposed to be doing in a hospital visit, and none of it is real. None of it is an actual visit from your friend. It's a scripted symphony.
Like the last person that I visited in a setting was my old next door neighbor when he was sort of end of his life and he was taken into a retirement home to die, basically.
Mm.
And so I visited him every day, sort of morning and afternoon. And when I first went, he was still sort of conscious. He wasn't particularly with it, but managed to get a photo with him. But go and see him once he was, out of it and basically had no awareness. And it was really nice because I'd just go and sit in his room. I'd put music on, on TV because he used to really like opera. And I would just chitter chatter. I would steal his puzzle book because he couldn't do it anymore. And it was just like a quite normal visit with the next door neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's personally what I value, is the normality, because it's already a situation that's out of your control, a situation you don't want to. So bringing the outside in, that's what I appreciated.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write that down.
I can see just from this that you're ticking a lot. You're struggling with not your thought process. I think your thoughts are fine, but they're getting overridden by your pain. So I know you're having to really concentrate on where the conversation's and your eyes are literally rolling in your head.
Mm-hmm. I'm in a pretty bad pain pit at the minute.
So what are you going to do now to get on top of that? So we're going to end this.
Now you're gonna end this. I'm gonna go outside, have some more cannabis, go for a short walk just to stretch my muscles out a little bit. And then I'm gonna come in and brush my teeth, and I'm gonna go to bed.
Good. That's a good plan. Some good self-care in there.
Yeah, it's like, I've like the thing is like I'm doing my routines stuff, and when I was in Japan, when I had the CBD, the routines were helping me keep on top of it. And now I'm doing the same kind of thing, but I'm not on top of it. I am in like Pain Town, USA. It's not the worst it's ever been, but it's definitely like the needle has swung from me coping really well to me slightly drowning.
Yeah.
But it's fine, I've had water in my mouth before.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. It's really hard because there's nothing that can be done to help you apart from your own routines and trying to get.
And this is the thing when I went through pain camp, is the medicine that we're taught is so much take a pill and then do whatever the fuck you want with your life. Whereas the medicine that's really good for you is like be mindful of what you're doing all the time and have good routine and have good self-care and don't prioritize earning money over your own wellness, which is not taught.
It's good for Lewis to watch that as well, so he can model that kind of behavior in his life.
Did I tell you he was talking, so he really wants to be a chef, but his fallback plan is to be a magician.
Nice.
So if being a chef doesn't work out, I can always be a magician. Like, yes,
that's
yes,
awesome.
You can.
Love
okay,
that.
that's the end of our show. Thank you so much for listening to Laugh, Cry, or Die, the only podcast that exists with these two people in it. You can be on it too. Are you a broken person? Are you interesting and hilarious? Shoot us a message and come hang out. This show is all about being less alone in places like this when your illness is slightly overwhelming you, but you've still got friends who are there for you.
See you next time.